If you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sonny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out. It's like if you had an idea for a premise and it was totally baked and half baked and you went on stage with it and it's nothing
Just
there.
go.
All right, folks, buckle up. Today, we're diving into one of the hottest stories making waves across the internet. It's a wild blend of politics and daytime TV drama. Yep, you guessed it, this one involves none other than Senator John Fetterman. And get this, it's about a lawsuit. That's right, Fetterman is taking legal action against The View co-host Sonny, Hostin, and the show's producers. This isn't just a minor skirmish, this is a bombshell that's rocking both political circles and the world of talk shows. So, why should you care? What's really going on behind the scenes? And why does this matter to us? Stick around, because we're about to break down this entire saga step by step.
The J6 people too, though, right? That's what they're going to say on the other side. That is weaponized also.
I'm not referring to that. I'm talking about the New York trial, and now the Democrats on our side there were some that were gleeful, calling it like now he's a convicted felon and those things, and now for our party we were talking about criminal justice, and we're now talking about second chances, and now all of a sudden now you're like, well, he's a convicted felon and all these things. And now clearly, again, both of those trials, the Hunter Biden one and the trial in New York for Trump, that was politically motivated, and those kinds of charges would have never been brought unless one side could realize that they could weaponize.
Let's start with the basics. John Fetterman, the Democratic senator from Pennsylvania, is well known for his bold personality and outspoken views. He's no stranger to controversy and has built a reputation as a fierce advocate for justice, equality, and speaking his mind no matter who's listening. But this situation, this is on a whole different level. Recently, Fetterman appeared on The View, the iconic daytime talk show that draws millions of viewers with its fiery debates and unfiltered discussions. It's a major platform where politics, pop culture, and current events collide. However, things didn't go according to plan. What was expected to be a standard lively chat about current affairs quickly spiraled into something far more serious. During the live broadcast, co-host Sonny Hostin made a series of comments that clearly struck a nerve with Fetterman. While the full details of her remarks haven't been disclosed, likely due to the ongoing legal case, we do know that Fetterman considered them deeply damaging and potentially defamatory. As a result, he's now suing Hostin and the show's producers, claiming the comments hurt his reputation and that the production team failed to intervene or prevent the statements from being.
They had a placebo group and they had a vaccine group because they wanted for military readiness to see if the flu shot was prophylactic against coronavirus. What they found is actually the people who got the flu shot were 36% more likely to get coronavirus, and that's not a lone study. We found 6 other major studies that say the same thing. If you get the flu shot, you're more likely to get coronavirus. Look, all you have to do, Alan, and this is what Cochrane said, is look what's happened to longevity in the elderly since we started mandating the flu shot to elderly people. Those are the people who their life expectancy has dramatically gone down as the flu shot proliferated. And if you see, the people who died during the COVID crisis.
So, why should any of us care about a political figure like John Fetterman suing a daytime talk show host? Well, this isn't just a dramatic clash between two public personalities. It's a pivotal moment in the broader conversation about the responsibilities of media platforms and the delicate balance between free speech and protecting someone's reputation. This case raises important questions that affect all of us. How should defamation laws be applied in today's media landscape? What is the role of journalistic responsibility? And just how much power do media outlets have in shaping public perception? In the digital age, where every word can go viral in seconds, what's said on a massive platform like The View doesn't just disappear. Echoes. Fetterman, known for his unapologetically candid approach to politics, is drawing a clear line. He's standing firm in defense of his reputation, arguing that unfiltered comments, especially on such a widely watched show, can carry serious consequences. But this isn't just about him. It's about setting a precedent. Fetterman's lawsuit challenges media outlets to remain accountable for the narratives they promote. reminding us all that influence comes with responsibility.
And people do have sympathy for that. But a lot of people are angry with him about it. What do you say?
Oh, well, I think it's undeniable that the case against Hunter Biden was really politically motivated, but I also think it's true that the trial in New York for Trump that was political as well too. Now it's that, and in both cases, I think a pardon is appropriate, and I really think collectively, America's confidence in these kinds of institutions have been damaged by these kinds of cases, and we cannot allow these kinds of institutions to be weaponized against our political opponents. And it's very clear both trials were politically motivated and weaponized that on the other.
Joe Rogan also weighed in on the situation, emphasizing that we live in a time where every word and gesture can go viral in an instant. In this era of rapid information sharing, he stressed, the importance of responsible journalism is more critical than ever. A show like The View, with its massive audience and cultural influence, holds significant power in shaping public discourse. What's said on that stage doesn't just impact the guests, resonates with millions of viewers and can have lasting consequences.
You on The View?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's been overwhelming my past couple days. So I just went in there, did my thing. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know who Sunny Hostin was. I actually still really don't know. So I wasn't expecting necessarily for her to kind of try to ambush me in that way and attack my character in that way.
Well, it is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
yeah.
it is a rabies-infested hen.
Now, let's put things into perspective. Sunny Hostin, known for her candid opinions and no-nonsense attitude, has never shied away from stirring the pot. Her direct approach often sparks intense debates, and that's a big part of what makes The View so compelling. But this time, her boldness may have pushed the show into dangerous territory. Was it simply a case of crossing a line in the heat of the moment? Or has Fetterman's lawsuit revealed a deeper, more serious issue? This legal battle raises important questions about how far public figures, especially politicians, are willing to go to defend their personal and professional reputations in the face of potentially harmful public commentary. It also shines a spotlight on the responsibility media outlets have when broadcasting statements that could significantly impact someone's livelihood and public image.
New Netflix documentary series about New York Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He said he's heartbroken about friends and family cutting him off for his controversial political views and conspiracy theories. And a lot of Americans can relate to this, especially after this last election. So, do you think it happens everywhere?
What I recall about him is when he was asked about the COVID-19 pandemic, during the height of the pandemic, when people had lost loved ones, when people's family members were missing from their Thanksgiving table, like my table, he said, "I'm immunized." And as it turns out, he was not. He had done his own research. He has his Google MD like I do. And I think he said he was allergic to something in the vaccine, but he had COVID and he was in a huddle with his teammates. And I think people felt like, wow, you don't care. You're not your brother's keeper.
This could really, this could really turn me against
a morality.
At the heart of this controversy lies the age-old tension between free speech and defamation. While we champion open, unfiltered conversations, whether on political stages, social media, or talk shows, we also have to acknowledge the importance of truth and the respect owed to individuals' reputations. It's a delicate balance, and the line between bold commentary and harmful speech often gets blurred. So where do you stand? Did Sunny Hostin and The View cross a line with their remarks? Or is Fetterman's lawsuit an overreaction, a step too far in the unpredictable, often chaotic world of live television? This case goes beyond just one senator and one talk show host. It's a broader reflection on the ethics of modern media, the necessity of accountability in public discourse, and how we, as a society, navigate the increasingly complex intersection of free expression and responsible reporting.
In a million years, I would not take the flu shot, and I'll tell you why, because this is what Cochrane and BMJ have found. People who take the flu shot are protected against that strain of flu. They're 4.4 times more likely to get a non-flu infection. And you might find, and a lot of people do, that they get the flu shot and then they get sick. they're usually not getting the flu. They're getting something that is indistinguishable from the flu, because the flu shot gives you something called pathogenic priming. It injures your immune system so that you're more likely to get a non-flu viral upper respiratory infection. In fact, the Pentagon published a story, and you can cite this, it's by Wolfe, W-O-L-F-E, in January of this year, in which they said that the flu shot not only primes you for flu, but it primes you for coronavirus.
And here's the kicker: Fetterman isn't backing down. He's taking on a titan in the world of daytime television. It's not every day you see a public figure push back this hard, especially against a platform with the kind of massive reach The View commands. Some are calling it bold. Others see it as a necessary stand for media accountability. Since the lawsuit was filed, the buzz hasn't stopped. Legal experts are watching closely, curious about how this case might shape future media practices and influence how defamation is handled in an age. I think The View is simply doing what it does best, stirring the pot and pushing the conversation forward. Drop your thoughts below, because this is one ride we're all on together. We'll keep you updated as the drama unfolds. Until next time, stay tuned. Way as just another fleeting media spat? Either way, this case is more than a headline. It's a spark for a much larger conversation about the power of the media and the responsibility that comes with it. Whether you're more interested in the political implications or the media ethics, one thing's clear: this story is far from over. So, where do you stand? Are you with Fetterman, standing up for reputation and accountability?